Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at the 10 strangest cars featured in Forza Horizon 5.
Turn right.
Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. The 1958 Austin-Healey Sprite Mark I. There are all kinds of European cars that might have American players going, "What in the world is this thing?" Yes, some of them look very peculiar, but the Sprite Mark I looks like it was ripped straight from a Mickey Mouse cartoon. Maybe it's because of how round the car looks from every angle, but our eyes keep fixating on the headlights and grille. It's like looking into the smile of a human being with no soul. Thankfully, the later Sprite models would look less like living YouTube thumbnails, but that didn't come until after the Mark I's retirement in 1961. The Sprite series altogether would be discontinued in 1971, roughly a year after the Austin-Healey brand was officially retired. The M12S Warthog CST. We are very well aware that Halo's Warthog was featured in Forza Horizon 3 long before Horizon 5 stormed the racing game market. Even so, there's still something a tad strange about seeing this massive off-roader storming across Mexico. While available to anybody with 800,000 credits in the bank, the Warthog was initially an exclusive vehicle. During Horizon 3's tenure, the only way to get the Warthog was if you had played Halo the Master Chief Collection or Halo 5 Guardians in September 2016. Then, Forza Horizon 4 allowed players to drive it after finishing the Halo Experience showcase event. But in Horizon 5, all you gotta do is just buy it. Lame, considering we had a whole mission dedicated to Halo in FH4, but what can you do? The 1957 BMW Isetta 300 Export. Microcars are a truly fascinating aspect of automobile production. For some of us, it's hard to believe anybody would want a car that barely fits two people and a couple of grocery bags. Regardless, the BMW Isetta is perhaps the most prolific microcar ever made. Though it initially gained popularity in the early 1950s, revenue and perception of the BMW Isetta waned in Italy after Fiat swooped in and stole public attention with the 500C, which itself would become one of the most iconic cars in Italy. Production of the Isetta ceased in 1962, but thanks to Forza Horizon 5, you can get one for yourself and even soup it up to an absurd degree. It handles poorly no matter what upgrades you tack on, just fair warning. The 1986 Lamborghini LM2. The Lamborghini brand has become synonymous with the world of sports cars, so in Horizon 5, why is there just this knockoff Hummer in their catalog? Indeed, the LM2 looks like Lamborghini just made a Lego brick on wheels. However, the inclusion of this vehicle comes from an interesting blip in the manufacturer's history. In the late 80s and early 90s, Lamborghini tried breaking into the SUV market with this quote-unquote sports truck. Because of the truck's complicated assembly though, Lamborghini only made less than 1,000 of them and wound up discontinuing production in 1993. The Universal Studios cars. On the surface, the Universal Studios cars are an exciting addition to Forza Horizon 5. We've all dreamed about blazing around in a DeLorean, KITT, or a Jeep from Jurassic Park. Alas, their inclusion here is far more disappointing than we could have possibly imagined. Kit doesn't have his voice or even a mild turbo function to use in the open world. The Jurassic Park Jeep doesn't do anything noticeably remarkable either, and the DeLorean, well, you can't time travel or leave trails of fire behind when you hit 88 miles per hour, but the wires light up, so there's that. Really guys, why include these cars if you can't do all the cool stuff? The 2011 Ford Transit Supersport van. This is perhaps the least bizarre car you'll see on this list. After all, you have most likely seen Ford Supervans in your day-to-day life. Many companies, mostly those working in delivery or repair services, utilize these vans thanks to their storage capacity and utility. Plenty of space for tools, supplies, and products with good enough handling that is somewhat comparable to a standard economy car. But their purpose is exactly why it's weird seeing them in Forza Horizon 5. I mean, come on, do you honestly expect like a DHL van to rival the likes of a Ferrari or some of the other higher class cars? The 2022 Wuling Hongguang Mini EV Macaron. Forza Horizon 5 has plenty of cars locked behind paywall DLC, and when looking at the Chinese Lucky Stars car pack, the Macaron is the strangest of this pack. Of course, to some of us living in Western territories, it may be, but to a regular citizen of China, the Macaron is a near-perfect electric car with its economical price, which has helped make it the best-selling vehicle in the country. The first generation saw several models throughout its run, and with the second generation having started in 2024, it'll be interesting to see what else GM Wuling does with the model. Perhaps we'll see those iterations whenever Forza Horizon 6 becomes a reality. Barbie Movie 1956 Chevrolet Corvette EV. A Barbie car in a racing game? A racing game about traveling across Mexico and participating in street races, off-road races, cross-country races, and Baja races? Not exactly the ideal place for a bright pink Corvette to be cruising around in. Even stranger is that bright pink Corvette can actually match the speed and power of other top-of-the-line cars. Really, if you're a driver that likes races that depend a lot on drifting, Barbie's Corvette is shockingly among some of the best vehicles you can drive. No, you can't tune it to the nth degree, but do you really need to tune perfection to begin with? The 1972 Reliant Supervan 3. While there have been several different models of the Reliant Robin, the Supervan 3 is the brand's claim to fame, or infamy depending on who you ask. One of the worst cars ever made, the Reliant Robin was notorious for being comically unstable and highly prone to falling over even when taking simple turns. This would sometimes result in drivers simply being trapped and needing to be tipped back onto their wheels. Other times, well, those other times were a little more fatal, not gonna lie. The only reason some folks in the UK ever bought a Robin was because of UK regulations. One could get away with driving a Robin using only a motorcycle permit due to the weight of the car. That is, if said permit was allowed a B1 class endorsement. Also, minors could easily get their hands on motorcycle permits, way more than a proper driver's license. Today, you can still drive a Robin if you got one, but you're only allowed to drive one if you meet very specific criteria, primarily if you have certain disabilities. Or you can just choose to suffer in Forza Horizon 5, like I did. This car's horrible, by the way. The 1965 Peele Trident. This Jetsons looking three-wheeler is, without a shadow of a doubt, the weirdest car you can possibly obtain in Forza Horizon 5. And you'd be right to call it that, as even folks back in the 60s were calling it a flying saucer on wheels. Even more bizarre was how not even the Peele engineering company seemed to be heavily invested in their own product, as Tridents were only ever made to order. Unsurprisingly, almost nobody bought them, as only about 86 of them were made. The Trident was retired from production within a year and wouldn't return until 2011. Today, many are preserved in various automobile museums and are used for some of Peele's marketing. However, finding one for yourself is going to be a daunting task, even if you're looking for a newer model, and if money is no objection to you.
Through the sky, from a winter wonderland.
But tell us, have you tried any of these cars for yourself? I low-key kind of want a Peele Trident, as weird as it looks and as weird as it sounds saying out loud. But let us know what you think down in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great videos every day.